Good morning, Kenya. This is Kenya News Alerts, and I'm your host, House of Zulfa. Today is on a beautiful Saturday morning, ikiwa ni the 22nd of February 2025. Karibuni.
Yes, good morning, Kenya. I hope you guys you are good, and I welcome you to the morning tea show. Yes, hello Zulfa, you good?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Ni kama ulifly jana ukakimbia hadi Uganda ukajaribu kufanya interrogation kuhusu Besigye. Besigye, right? Yes. So yeah, what is the how are the Ugandans?
Things are not good. Sababu hakuna popote ambapo mtu atashikwa na anashikwa on grounds ambazo hazieleweki, because first of all, as we did the other show, I remember we did it here, sindio? And tuka-establish ya kwamba Mr. Besigye was abducted here in Kenya. He had come for a book launch for Mother Karua, and as according to his wife, he was abducted here. Okay? And so basically hakushikwa alali, yes? Sababu abductions, kushika mtu through abductions, sawa unampeleka huko unamvusha border, unaona, that is not good. And we have been following, because the Ugandans are our brothers. Wale ni wale watu ambao tukipitia kitu ama tukua yani if we need help, we will call on them. Sedio? So we've been following kujua. Even Mother Karua was there as a lawyer, so it has been a whole thing. But before we get deeply into that, lazima tupitie magazeti ya leo tujue sawa. So kwenye Taifa Leo, sababu za Mwangaza kutaka koti ibadilishe uamuzi wa kumtimua. And then kuna Koome Ndung'u wahisi hatari wakikimbia kotini kuokoa kazi zao. So let us go to sababu ya Mwangaza. Gavana wa Meru Kawira Mwangaza anataka jaji abatilishe uamuzi wa kumtimua ofisini, akidai bunge la kaunti na seneti zilikiuka agizo la mahakama kuu ya Meru lililo zima mchakato wa kumuondoa madarakani. Mawakili wa Mwangaza, that is Elisha Ongoya and Elias Mutuma, walimweleza jaji Bahati Mwamuye kwamba kuondolewa kwake ni kudharau haki. Ongoya alisema seneti ilikaidi agizo lililo tolewa na mahakama kuu ya Meru mnamo Julai 24 mwaka uliopita kusitisha mchakato wa kumuondoa afisini. So do you know about this impeachment of Governor Kawira of Meru?
Lakini nikidhani mna baidha mbona wanamuandama hivyo?
Hey, I think hata bado grounds zake ni hizo ni grounds tu fulani. Sawa, unajua siku hizi wanakutolea tu grounds fulani hata you don't even get.
There was a time also walinuka sana against her.
Sana, I remember sana.
And in fact she was about to.
Yeah, there's a moment when I left Kenya kidogo, yes, and I came back. I thought she was impeached because then alikuwa ameingililiwa na kila mtu. I thought she's not there. So what can you say about that?
Kenyans, politicians, and member of parliament, and all those people who are involved, please, can you maybe come up with strategies that will confirm, that can be used to confirm whether this person is supposed to be in office or not? And if possible, can you convince people with good information so that at least the people will understand what is going on, because this governor amekuwa akisemwa sana. Hiyo ni nini? Ni kazi afanyi nini?
Apparently wanabaki anapeleka kazi, anapeleka usaidizi kwao ama anapea watu wa kwao. But mimi, according to me, when I used to go back to my grandma's place back there, sawa, na unawasha radio ya Vaite and Baito and all that, it used to show Kawira giving out things. There's this project she had started of hashtag Okorea Kanaka Meru, and it was so beautiful. Alikuwa anaenda anapea youths kama zaitwaje pikipiki, anawapea kama zile mashine za kuosha, za kufungua nini, kunaitwaje kwa kuosha gari, uko car wash, sawa, anapenda mattresses, anapenda a lot. So I don't know, like, sababu ngojiuliza, kwani wanasema anapea watu wa kwao, huko kote ni kwa watu wa kwao, ama they just wanna do the same thing they did with Kashagwa?
Are they coming with a point maybe which is similar to when somebody is biased? And wakati mtu anapendelea side moja, what is the point? Unajua, let me tell you Zulfa, Mike Sonko pia unajua alimpichiwa kumaliza hata term yake. Right?
Yes.
And I don't know. Okay, by that time I was not so careful because of some of the occupations I could engage myself. So I never took much time to listen what contributed to Mike Sonko's impeachment. But they warned him. They warned him, and Mike Sonko went home. Yeah, got out of the office. Now, when it comes to this governor, my sister, what are they trying to convince people with, that the governor is biased?
Kuna zile sababu ambazo
alafu sasa hapo, let me tell you this, hapo utapata tena zimejaa hivi. Do you remember yesterday when you were trying to talk about
exactly what I want to tell you? Sababu ambazo yani, like, you know, mtu akishaamua hakutaki, let me tell you, they will come up. Alafu unajua ujinga is these people wamesoma law, so they know. Sawa, hata na kuekelea mambo fulani hapo, upate hata you like, hata mwenyewe una get convinced is like it is true whatever they are saying. Sawa. So tuendelee. Tukimnukuu Ongoya, that is the lawyer of Ms. Kawira, Mwangaza hakupasa kuondolewa ofisini na bunge la kaunti na seneti kwa sababu kulikuwa na amri ya mahakama ya kusitisha mchakato wowote wa kumtimua. Ongoya aliambia jaji Mwamuye. Mawakili hao walisema kutokana na kudharau agizo hilo la mahakama, maafisa wakuu wa bunge la kaunti ya Meru wiki jana walipatikana na hatia ya kudharau mahakama na kupigwa faini au watupwe gerezani kwa miezi 6. So kulikuwa na hiyo court order that she shouldn't be it was all those impeachments ziachwe. I think that's why she's still in office. Have they started to do it again? So akirejelea uamuzi wa jaji Edward Mureithe wa mahakama kuu ya Meru, Ongoya alimweleza jaji Mwamuye kwamba spika wa bunge la kaunti ya Meru Hayub Bundi Solomon, karani wa bunge la kaunti ya Meru Jacob Kirari na Zipora Kinya, diwani aliyeteuliwa katika bunge la kaunti ambaye ni naibu kiongozi wa wengi waliowasilisha ombi la kumng'atua madarakani, walihukumiwa kufungwa jela miezi 6 wakishindwa kulipa faini ya 100,000 kila mmoja kwa kukiuka agizo lililotolewa Julai ya 24 mwaka uliopita na jaji P. Kassan kuzuia mjadala wowote kuhusu kuondolewa ofisini kwa Mwangaza. So there are people who know that it ilisitishwa, but they were still following through with it. What is that? It's like the same thing we discussed yesterday. We said kesi ilikuwa kotini. So right now Mr. Gachagua should be still mpaka until it is decided, si ndio?
Yes.
Mpaka verdict, but bado alitolewa tu hivyo. So there are people hapa kidogo wanatutumia sababu like you don't understand the law, sawa? So let us, so do you see the resemblance between these and Gachagwa's?
Yes. Can I tell you, if really the person is biased or the person is either not fair and is not distributing all the resources that is supposed to be distributed to people in a way, in a fair way and wisely, then I believe it will never be an offense if MPs and senators, if possible, they could impeach the person, right? But the fact that now that we don't really understand more about the law, yes, but the fact is these people, let just as I said earlier, let them come with convincing information that they could convince people, even the residents there. Or if they impeach the person and the other side, people are comfortable with the person. Do you think are they not going to mess with the will of people?
But do they actually care about the will of the people? Do they?
At some point, they really show some of the aspects that they don't. Yes. Let me ask you. Honorable Mike Sonko was impeached, right? Lakini siko baya. Ni politician yupi anasaidia watu kae?
Si akuna.
Do you know that Mike Sonko ended up adopting a young one from someone who was stabbed to death? So that guy died in front of his son. So it was unfortunate that the son was so young. So he left a very young son. So Mike Sonko decided to adopt that son, that boy, I mean. So it was very, very, very unfortunate when I come to realize that the guy was from somewhere I know, right? From the other side of the country, not where he was living or where he died but where he was coming from, So that guy has really confirmed how he is so supportive to the society. Yeah, but he's not in the government. It was said that the guy is corrupt. The guy is...
Unadhani kama ambaye wakiona uko mzuri sana wanakutoa? And don't want corruption.
Sasa hapo ndio that is not what I can think of.
Okay, so mtazamaji, more of that kwenye Taifa Leo. Let us go to Koome. Ndung'u wahisi hatari, wakimbia kotini kuokoa kazi zao. Now this one is ile ya jana ya the Chief Justice anatafuta justice. So jaji mkuu Martha Koome na jaji wa mahakama ya juu Njoki Ndung'u wameelekea katika mahakama kuzuia kuondolewa kwa afisini kutokana na pendekezo la aliyekuwa waziri Raphael Tuju na wakili Nelson Havi. Jaji Koome anataka agizo la kuzuia tume ya huduma ya bunge, that is JSC, kuanza mchakato wa mapendekezo kuwasilisha kwa rais kuunda jopo la kumchunguza na hivyo basi kukiuka na kumnyima haki. Katika stakabadhi zilizowasilishwa mahakamani na wakili Andrew Musangi, Jaji Ndung'u amewasilisha kesi dhidi ya JSC akisema mchakato unaondolea hapo huenda ukaisha kuondolewa kwake afisini na kuundwa kwa jopo la kuchunguza mienendo yake na majaji wenzake wa mahakama ya juu. So tebu tueleze hiyo sasa. Now this is Jaji Koome, that is the Chief Justice, and this other one. So they want to be chased out of the offices. Now they themselves wanaenda kutafuta nini? Just wapi?
Unajua, let me tell you the truth. It sounds funny. At the Chief Justice anatafuta justice. Si justice ni yeye interpret.
Anafaa kuwa inafika mahali yako.
Ni yeye aenda interpret law, interpretie watu kabisa awajambulie. Sasa anaenda kutafuta justice wapi tena? Na yeye mwenyewe anaelewa ni nini justice. Ni nini ilimweka hapo kama CEO akili yake yenye amebeba yenye anaweza interpretia watu justice. Asijaribu kufanya hiyo mchezo. Let that person to confirm to people that she really understands the law. Sasa anaenda kusiki justice wapi kutoka president?
Sasa unashindwa.
Cha mambo. Guys, I'm just questioning you. Where do you think the Chief Justice gonna seek justice from? Ni watu hapa nje?
Wakati sisi ndio tunamwangalia yeye.
Na sisi ndio tunamwangalia. Does it not sound funny? It's funny. It's funny. And at some point I do question myself.
Yes.
Mbona inakaa dramatic?
It is really dramatic. So katika stakabadhi zilizowasilishwa mahakamani na wakili Andrew Musangi, Jaji Ndung'u amewasilisha kesi dhidi ya JSC akisema mchakato unaendelea hapo huenda ukaishia kuondolewa kwake afisini na kuundwa kwa jopo la kuchunguza mienendo yake na majaji wenzake wa mahakama ya juu. Anataka JSC izuiliwe kushughulikia maombi ya waliowasilishwa dhidi yake na majaji wengine 6 wa mahakama hiyo akiwemo Jaji Mkuu Koome, japo JSC inashughulikia maombi 3 yaliyowasilishwa na kampuni ya Dari Limited iliyomilikiwa na Bwana Tuju, Bwana Havi na wakili Christopher Rosan. Stakabadhi za mahakama zinazoonyesha kuwa Jaji Njoki hapingi ombi lililowasilishwa na mlalamishi watatu. Yani is a whole thing. Kuna Kawira pale ambaye anataka justice, anataka watu waache kumimpeach.
Yes.
And then sasa kuna Chief Justice na some judges of the Supreme Court ambao pia
Sasa unaweza seek aje justice? Hiyo kitu kwanza mimi ndio iko kwa akili tu. Aje Instead maybe you are supposed to come and confirm to the public, interpret that law kutoka A up to Z. Sasa nani atajudge against you? Not unless bas kama ameviolate one of the laws zenye maybe anaweza taka kuinterpret. Maybe ameziviolate kabisa moso kama corruption. Kwanza corruption kwa judge, evidence ikipatikana basi za convince na nini? Yes? What can you convince even the people with if you are corrupt and you are a judge? Maybe kama Koome
in fact kwa CS CJ kwa CJ sawa, they do like a very thorough background sawa. We say that these people integrity, wao ndo wanajua integrity ni nini. It lives in them and you cannot become a CJ unless sasa uliingia na corruption kama uko na anything any sport. So sasa what's up ama aliingia it's a whole thing. So hiyo that and more kwenye Taifa Leo. Want us to get tumaliza kuchambua magazeti tuingie kwenye mjadala wa leo. Kuna Wafula Chebukati afariki na siri za sava za uchaguzi. Ikiwa kuna siri kubwa ambayo Wafula Wanyonyi Chebukati, mwenyekiti mstaafu wa Tume Huru ya Uchaguzi na Mipaka IEBC, aliyefariki jana alikosa kufichuliwa Wakenya ni kwa nini alikataa kufungua sava alizotumia kwa kura ya urais katika uchaguzi mkuu wa 2022. Swala hilo lililozua mvutano kati ya tume na upinzani ambao ulishikilia kuwa uchaguzi huo ulikuwa na dosari na ni kufunguliwa kwa sava ambako tungezibitisha kilichotokea. Bwana Chebukati alikaa ngumu akiungwa na muungano ulioshinda wa Kenya Kwanza ambao ulisema alisimamia uchaguzi uliokuwa huru na wa haki na kwamba mchakato aliotumia ulikuwa sawa na kuweka sava wazi kwa Wakenya. So what would you say about that? He died with the biggest secret of all, because he never really gave access to that server yenye walitumia kufanya uchaguzi. He died with it.
I accessed some of the information yesterday, which was trying to explain how everything happened during that day when the announcement, when the results were to be given. So I could hear that one of the, not one, but almost more than two commissioners of the IEBC never availed themselves to that occasion where the results were announced. Instead, they decided to strike and went away. So there was complications about the same thing, but who knows what happened? We don't know. So some of these issues, I think, are the same issues that could make Kenyans to think negatively about him when it comes to IEBC section. Yes.
Okay. So that and more what tunasema kwenye taifa. So our topic today is Ailing Uganda opposition leader Dr. Besigye denied bail and access to medication. So please introduce to us that.
Besigye. Right?
Yes.
This is a Ugandan. I don't know, he's an activist or opposition leader.
Opposition leader, both.
He's both. This guy, just like other opposition leaders and activists in other countries, is now the most known opposition leader who is trending according to the challenges that is undergoing. So concerns over Besigye's well-being continue to grow, with his supporters calling for immediate medical intervention and his release, whereby he collided with the government. How can we maybe put it? He collided with the government, and the government decided to jail him. So right now, as we say, he's waiting for judgment in court. Yes. So there's an information which was saying that Ailing Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye, alongside his aide Obeid Lutale and one of their lawyers, will remain in detention until later this month, as the High Court in Kampala deliberates on their cases. Meaning, siye peke pia kuna some, yes. So Justice Douglas Karekona Singiza announced on Wednesday that a decision will be delivered no later than February 25, 2025. So this is a very serious matter, right?
Yes.
At the same time, Commonwealth urges Uganda to release detained opposition politician Kizza Besigye. Unaona wakati hadi the Commonwealth, they are trying to chip in, yeah? And they are concerned about that guy, then they really know what they are talking about, and they really know the importance of that guy, and they really know the impact that guy could bring to the country, and they really know the effects of that guy being there. Now you can see the Commonwealth, yes, it is urging the Ugandan government to free him. Ugandan opposition leader Zulfa issue 48 hours ultimatum for CJ's release. Meaning they are not okay with what is going on, and they are not totally comfortable when their leader is in the jail, right? So Bobby Wine is saying that he's trying to sympathize with the people of Kenya. Why are you sympathizing with the people of Kenya?
You know, the people of they had said that they'll go for maandamano if he's not released. I don't think they went for maandamano, but they had said that they would go for maandamano. I think the amnesty groups, the human rights.
I think now Ugandan people are responsible to do that, because if they are not going to raise their voices, then nobody will raise their voices for them. Ugandans people, you really need to stop worshipping leaders. That is the only problem some of them have. Right?
Yes.
Somebody knows very well that this guy is totally not good, but the same person now due to the spirit of dominance in that leader, you find a civilian praising and celebrating to see the person. I could watch some of the footages whereby the general of defense force, I don't know, was to address a certain event which was going on there. So I could see many people celebrating him, right? Totally proud of him, right? To an extent they can even leave their chairs and stand, raising their hands, cheering, right? It is not good, and at the same time it is not bad, right? But what about that person who is trying to that person who is in jail, trying to rescue you from this hard life that you are living?
Yes.
So I'm blaming some of the Ugandan individuals. Stop praising.
But you know, they have grown with fear.
Yes.
They have grown with fear.
Let me ask you. Is there anybody who was born to be a slave to another person?
No.
We really don't need to believe like that. Ugandan people, they should stand firm and request their president to be fair if possible, and if possible to work on that issue. And maybe if that guy Besigye could use maybe wrong information to work with wrong information, pass wrong information, criticize the government negatively where the government is not wrong, but he could maybe criticize the government wrongly, then let people understand all those things. And if possible, if the judgment is going to take place, then everybody will be totally informed that whichever the case, all the information the court will give, the ruling the court will give according to the prevailing situation, it is fair or no, or not. So Ugandan people, you really need to stand up and say, raise your voices. Stand up. In fact, Ugandan, some of them, I'm talking, not all of them, right? Because we have got people like Bobby Wine who are trying to remind the government where the government goes astray, right? So Ugandan, some of you should wake up and open your eyes. Try to wake up and open your eyes. Stand firm and try to make requests, not chaos. Make requests, but not chaos. If those requests are not maybe taken to consideration, then go to the office of the president and kneel there, cry to him. Unajua hata Biblia inasema, even the Bible says that whoever seeks will be granted. Seek and will be granted. You cannot just keep quiet now just because you know that you are going to be canned or what. Speak. Even the Bible says that respect somebody who is in the authority. So don't use a very, very, very bad and negative formula to seek whatever you are trying to seek. Seek in a good way, and I'm very sure you will be granted. Hiyo story yenye wanaogopa atio nini wanaogopa kwani Kenyan people walifanya nini wao wakati maybe wali feel like wamenyanyasika kidogo, si walisimama wakaongea na maybe walisikizwa. So let these people so stand up and raise their voices. Yes. Sasa ninaje activist mwenye anawapigania wanatulia tu akiwa kwa jail. Ugandans pia nyinyi hamko serious.
Unajua the last time someone said that wamegrow, yeye mwenyewe amegrow akijuaga one leader, tangu azaliwe amejuaga one leader, sawa. So you know, there's this there's a group of scientists. These scientists walichukuaga monkeys, and then monkeys wakaekelea hapo juu na banana. Then any monkey that tried to go to take that banana was shocked, sawa. And in fact ilikuwa inashokiwa na zile zingine zina get shocked, sawa. So like ukapata like, and then they had it, the first ones, the first trial was of two monkeys trying to pick up the bananas, and then when each one tried to pick up that banana, they used to be shocked wote wawili. So ukapata hii monkey ikiona nyingine enda kuchukua inaichapa, so kidogo wanaongeza monkey nyingine moja. Hiyo monkey ikijaribu kuna kuchukua hizi yani the monkeys that were there zinachapa yenye imekuja mpya yenye imefanya nini, inajaribu kuchukua zile ndizi. They went that mpaka hizo ndizi zikachukuliwa, zikatolewa, but anyone anajaribu tu kupanda hapo juu wanawachapa. What am I trying to say? That these people, they have grown na fear. Wamepata mababu zao walikuwa wanaogopa, wamepata babu za mababu zao, you know, these people with Idi Amin. Then after Idi Amin, maybe they thought Museveni was their rescue, sawa. And then some Museveni became a tyrant. It's like that place is cursed, sawa. So sasa umekuwa ukijuaga unaambiwa watch, tulipata hivi, tumekuwa hivi, babu yako alipata Idi Amin na babu yako mwingine alipataga wazungu, alipataga the colonials, so like, so that fear passed down. So when you say that these people should speak, yes they should, you know, but maybe woga, they're afraid. You know, Kenyans woga na democracy. Many countries like do not have democracy, like the way back in Tanzania you cannot just, hawezi kuwa tu umekaa hapo unabongea ati Samia, ati sijui nani, no, you can't do that. Kidogo you're stressed mpaka hapa na unaulizwa what is that, what are you trying to do? That's why you find many radios back in Tanzania, they don't do politics, they actually focus on kiki and the music and all that. Why? Fear. Kenya, we are very privileged actually, maybe to like use the kidogo, but we are very, 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 very privileged. Yes, these people should. Bobby Wine ndo mtu kidogo, na hata sijui kwani what happened with him. Kuna wakati sana alikuwa amesumbwana sana na Museveni. wakisumbuana sana 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 sababu ya shughuli ya kukuwa president, and he was harassed and harassed. Ulikuwa unasikia tu kidogo Baby Wine ameshikwa, kidogo this has happened, kidogo this has happened. So these people have been fed fear. In fact, the thing that they want to introduce us in Kenya, fear. Wameuziwa uoga. Inabidi sasa sisi, our groups here in Kenya, they're the ones who wanna go for maandamano. These people were making a uoga. But now when we talk about Dr. Besigye, his lawyers, led by Arias Lukwago and Ernest, argued for his immediate release, citing several alleged violations of his fundamental human rights. So first of all, he went alikuwa kwa hunger strike. Na hapo he just drank water, sawa, and akakuwa very weak, very sickly. That's why when you saw him in court, very sickly, but still he was denied bail. Kwa nini ako pale? For treason, for treachery, for things ukiziangalia like uko like what? Nimesikia, I was listening to their parliament, sawa, and they were saying, kuna mtu alikuwa anasema ya kwamba pia huko kwa Uganda kuna goons ambao wanakuja na guns, wanachukua watu off the streets.
Yeah. Akaambiwa that is not the best language.
Akaambiwa retract your sentence. So like hii kitu yenye kuku Kenya bado iko huko. Bado iko huko, the same thing. What is happening though?
At some point, even even all the organizations where Uganda, by the way, let me ask you, have you had any information from East Africa over the same?
The same what?
East African community. Ama Uganda tena ilijitoa?
Ni tunasikia ya Kenya. And Kenya wanasema the amnesty groups and the human rights groups zitaenda kwenye maandamano. They actually were to go yesterday. I don't know what happened.
Sasa Ugandans people, don't wait, msisubiri Kenya iwaandamanie aje sasa. Kenya will never fight for you if you cannot show any effort. So I saw nani Wine Bobby saying that anahurumia Kenya. Kenyan people. Kuna statement yenye tulisoma huko juu. I sympathize with the great people of Kenya. What does that mean? Yes? What does that mean? When someone says that I sympathize with Kenyan people,
they feel for you. They feel what you feel. They can feel it. They can relate to it. So take over. Tell us, sawa. Hadi swali la iluza aje itokee vizuri.
Kuna information, I don't know whether maybe ulipata, where the judge's ruling follows the Uganda government is delay in implementing a January 31st Supreme Court verdict, which deemed it unconstitutional for the General Court Martial to try civilians and ordered their cases to be transferred to competent civilian courts. So while acknowledging that acknowledging that Besigye had been presented in court, Justice Singiza emphasized that the primary concern was now the legality of his continued detention. Justice Singaza emphasized that the primary concern was now the legality of his continued detention. I'm telling you. So the Uganda Law Society has also raised concerns over the delayed hearing of Besigye's case, issuing a protest letter on Monday calling for SW for swift legal proceedings. Following the court's decision, Besigye's wife, Winnie Byanyima, and the National Unity Platform leader Robert Kyagulanyi, commonly known as Bobby Wine. Oh, ndio majina yake. Ulikuwa unayajua?
I know.
Robert Kyagulanyi.
But then what happened with him? Si leta akitaka presidency ama alikujanga akafinywa kazi.
Acha nikwambie. Commonly known as Bobby Wine. Condemned the ruling, calling it an act of political persecution. So the judge and the regime are persecuting Kiza, Besigye, and other political prisoners in the name of persecution. My only call to Ugandans here and abroad is to continue exerting pressure. We are not going to stop. We gave the regime 48 hours to release Dr. Besigye because we want him alive. They are trying to kill him. Bobby said.
So wakimnyima access to medication and he is really sickly, that is them trying to kill him.
Yes.
Ama Museveni anaona anakuja kuretire.
Now what is the main reason? What is the main reason when a prisoner is denied right to seek medication? Is it not killing? Is it not the intention of maybe exposing him to death? Him or her, maybe to death. But by this time we are talking about a him who is Besigye, meaning he's being exposed to death. He's exposed to death. If possible, hata wanasema ni saa ngapi anafaa kwenda.
I think maybe Mr. Museveni ameona kuna competition, like maybe once anataka ku step out, sawa, na kijana wake maybe hana ile support, na maybe now with the votes this person will take it, so anaanza eliminate competition mapema for his son, because he wants his son to take over after him.
That will never help Uganda people. I'm telling you the truth. A republic country, the leadership is not hereditary.
Why not?
And if Ugandans are okay with that, then it's okay.
Do you think they're actually okay with it?
Ati baba ni president, kijana ndio general. Si rahisi. I'm telling you, si rahisi. How? Like the father is the president, the son is the general of the defense forces. Meaning you cannot even change that government. How? And I'm telling you, ingekuwa imebadilishwa kama si kijana kako kwa hiyo defense force nini? General.
But do you think the Ugandan people actually want them to rule, ama ni sababu already washauziwa uoga?
Wale sasa washaogopa.
What would you tell them, the Ugandan people?
Niliwaambia mimi niliwaambia hivi, wake up and open your eyes. Achana na akina nani, akina Wine, Bobby Wine. Achana na akina nani, Besigye, and let you people participate in freedom rights. You have freedom rights. So achana na Besigye, achana na Wine. Remember that Uganda is you as an individual. Yes, Uganda is you as an individual. So the moment you are going, you are just there waiting for those people only to fight for you, then you are losing. Stand up and wake up. Wake up and open your eyes. Stand up and raise your voices. Yes. So Besigye's health has probably worsened in recent weeks due to a prolonged hunger strike. Somebody anajinyima tu kwa sababu sasa imali imefikia ni ame lose hope kabisa. On Sunday, he was briefly taken to a private clinic in Bugoblobe for medical tests before being returned to prison. Like seriously. Na hiyo health yake. Na kama hii ndio politics za Uganda. I cannot agree with you. Stand up, guys. Stand up. Stand up and open your eyes. Stand up and raise your voices. So concerns over his well-being continue to grow, with his supporters calling for immediate medical intervention and his release. So sir, now that you have got a prisoner, why are you denying the person freedom to seek medication? Why do you think wake up and open your eyes? Let me go ahead. So there's information given here whereby human rights group pile pressure on Ugandan government over Besigye's unlawful detention. Yes. Kisa Besigye to remain longer behind the bars as Kampala court deliberates case. Right? Kisa Besigye co-accused charged with treason. The magistrate ruled that the three remanded at Luzira prison and declined a request of, for private medical attention. Very fun. It is very funny. But the real, okay, what you really need to do, my Ugandan people, you really need to use an appropriate formula that you think can convince your leaders. The way you are being treated and the way the services are running there, you guys, you really need to make a move. Wherever you are, Ugandan people, you really need to make a move.
But I did see the wife. The wife was really strong. She was talking to some of the supporters, some of the sympathizers that are sympathizing with the family, and she was really strong about it. She said that she has come with salamu from doctor, so she was able to hold his hand. So that is a really strong woman. I saw that she's really strong. But what can she do? Sindio, wajua maisha yao yeye na bwanake amekuwa hivyo, sababu when you go back to see how many times Mr. has been arrested, even tangu wakati wa Idi Amin alikuwa ametorokeaga huku Kenya, akakuja akawa daktari hospitali ya Aga Khan, akakuwa daktari tena hospitali ya Kenyatta, sawa. Then he went back home, and when he went back home, he went sababu walikuwaga, I think they were in the same army, sawa, ama walikuwaga wametumwa pamoja na Bwana Museveni because he was his personal doctor, physician. Yes. So these people were friends when it began. But I don't get why when people start as friends and then they become mortal enemies. Like wanakosana kabisa. Why do you think that is? Like Adam Museveni is kumbuka, this person used to be my doctor. This person, I remember when we were young men, when we were fighting Idi Amin, sawa? When sababu walikuwaga wanapigania, walikuwa ndo watu sawa wanapigania uhuru. They were the opposition back then. Aizi kumbuka tu hivyo, akamwachilia, basi akamwambia basi toka, na ukitoka uende kabisa nisikusikie tena, just for the sake of all time. Ama people forget kabisa.
Wanaonyesha hiyo dalili, Zulfa. Wanaonyesha hiyo dalili. Unajua one advantage of Kenyan people over those who are over the other people surrounding us is that Kenyans say as they do. They do while saying. They don't give a promise. Yes. Au uliona lakini maandamano ya Gen Z?
So unasema Gen Z wa Uganda wajitolee mhanga, wapiganie nchi yao. Kama si hivyo hata Gen Alpha wao watalelewa na the same family, it will become an hereditary thing. Itabakingi tu, it is led. The Ugandan government ni wakina Museveni is like North Korea. So the father dies, the son takes, anafanyiwa operation according to conspiracy. Anafanyiwa King Jong-un, anafanyiwa operation, ana take over. They should do something about it, sindio? But maybe they do not have the courage to do that. They are not Kenyans.
Why? Are they not humans? Why?
Fear.
Yeah, Zulfa. If they fear, then that is why they are in those situations. Najaribu kuimagine any Kenyan leader mwenye ako so prominent amekuwa ndani. Hiyo siku ndio utaelewa mawe inajua kurusha. Watu wanajua kurusha mawe. That is now what really Uganda needs to do, but not through that violence.
Kuna Bontifon. Bontifon Limited, and thanks for your discussion. You're welcome, Bontifon.
You are welcome.
I just want to know, sawa? They did, waliona venye sisi venye wali arrest polisi wetu venye we went there. Design tulifika huko. Na ukapata tumesimamisha. Hey. Because unamwangalia yule mbaba, unamwangalia yule Mr. Daktari huyo, unamwangalia alivokaa. Unajihisi like this person, sawa, is 60 something. Si ndio? Anaelekea uzeeni, hakuna jata ya kumsumbua. Hamna, let me tell you, hamna haja yote ya kumsumbua huyo mtu. You could just let this person just leave. Yeye na familia yake na wajukuu wake. Mambo ya kumterrorize wacha. Again, people can be heartless. It's like huko Uganda, the executive, judiciary, legislature, yote iko under one person. It's like there's only one arm there. The executive.
Uganda Law Society condemns Judge Singiza over illegal detention. Si unaona sasa? Ni kama sasa huyu ndiye anakaa nini? Anakaa anyway.
What?
So there is another information saying Besigye rushed to hospital after staging hunger strike in prison. But why are they waiting until it worsens? Then that is the moment that they're rushing him to the hospital.
Maybe they were like, tuone atafika wapi. Sawa? Tuone mali atafika. Mwachini tuone atafika wapi. So unasikia huyu anasema the executive has captured all institutions including judiciary. And that is like, I was listening to hizo proceedings. Sawa? You hear the way even the judge mwenyewe ako anakaa kama ako afraid. Unasikia naambia ule mwingine atitoa hiyo, withdraw that sentence, usiseme hivyo. It's like she's afraid too. Kila mtu, they are under executive no rule kule. Hamna wewe unasema judicial, hamna. So when you say now like unajua in Kenya, sawa, isipokuwa tu juzi tumeanza kuona that the kidogo our chief justice ana search for justice and all that, sawa. We used to like, kuna watu wana democracy. In fact, there's this guy, and I usually say, Mr. Chris, we were arguing, I was telling him, Kenya, we don't have democracy. And he was like, you have democracy. Let me tell you, you have democracy. Sawa? And I thought, but right now, I can really appreciate that we do have some kind of democracy. These people are afraid to go after. Bobby Wine alikuwa amejitokeza sana back when, ni miaka ngapi? Kama 2018. Was it 2018?
Ni hapo hivyo
around then. Sawa? Na niyo alishapoa. So what happens? Is Uganda a developed country?
You're tricky. Very tricky.
Are they developed or not?
Wakombali kiasi.
Because unajua kwa nini, I'm not saying that to demean anyone. I'm saying that because the leadership. Ukitaka kujua a country iko sawa, leadership.
Yani sasa kama nani amekuwa
Yani we see, like, you know, the thing with this Mr. Felix is you see directly that this is injustice. Like the entire world can see this is injustice. How do you bring someone kwa koti ambaye even they cannot even stand for themselves? Wamesukuma na wheelbarrow. How do you do that? And you can see, everyone can see, and nothing is happening. And you look at that, I was looking at that mzee, sawa, and I felt so much pity. So much pity. Because kwani hiyo country ni country gani? But I think this mzee has power because amejitoa kwa vitu nyingi. Yupo kwenye IGAD. Umesema tu ni Commonwealth peke yake. Si ndio? Ama yupo kwenye chama kingine cha Afrika?
Yes.
Yupo kwenye chama kingine cha Afrika.
Ndio nilikuwa nataka nijue. I just wanted to understand that too. Right?
I think that is the thing that gives
him power. There is an information whereby Besigye's legal team led by Karua presses for his release amid military defiance. So there were landmarks. There's an information saying that this follows a landmark Supreme Court ruling in January 31st, right, which decreed that civilians should no longer be tried in military court.
Was he being tried there because he was once part of jeshi? Ama alikuwa tu anataiwa hapo tu? Why?
Lakini si alikuanga military ama?
Kitambo. So alikuanga na staff na Museveni. Then akapanda cheo kidogo.
Will that, I think that will be now the reason why he's taken to the military court, right? Is that not the reason?
Under what grounds? Grounds ni nini? He is the opposition.
Once a soldier, you are a soldier.
What are the... I was reading the reasons why he is there. Sawa? Vitu, unasikia vitu kama treason, treachery, yali vitu ambavyo amekelewa, there is no way. Because once, kwanza in fact, kupatikana treason in any country, I think that is a death penalty. In Kenya kuna death penalty?
No.
Ilitolewa tangu wakati wa Moi.
We have life imprisonment. Ndo hiyo life imprisonment ndio death penalty.
No, death penalty is different. Death penalty, you're hanged or lethal injection or shocked.
Walitoanga ikakuwa life imprisonment.
So atuui.
Usiue bwana.
But you know, in any place, sawa, treason is death. Treason. So these things ambazo anaekelewa, there is no, yani hey.
Uganda si mnapenda Museveni bana.
Wanampenda maana muogopa.
Wanampenda.
You know, like in those
Kwani
years,
Museveni,
he has led
let me ask you a very simple question. You want to tell me that if these people could raise up and raise their voices and stand up and open their eyes, this guy will still be there? Kwani sisi hapa hivi moyo yako mtu mkali?
Hey, let me tell you one thing, nakwambia huyu jamaa ako na power. Sawa? Nimekuuliza kwenye vyama vya Afrika where he can be called and questioned. Ameingia ngapi? Ako kwa gani na gani na gani na gani? Hayupo. You know, sasa angekuwa tuseme like ako kwa let's say, I don't know kama ako kwa IGAD, ako kwa I think he only does biashara na hiki tu ya AU. Sawa? Hayupo kwenye hivyo vitu. Hayupo. And you said, you yourself, I remember when we were discussing this, sawa, you said that is a very important member of the Commonwealth. Yes?
Zulfa bado mimi siamini. Kuna we could there are histories of many people who could rescue their countries from brutality.
But do you know Museveni has built, let me tell you, he did one thing. I'm going to say that is a very clever thing. That if you want to rule forever, sawa, first instill fear. Yani instill fear, Mr. Felix, sawa, upate like, I gave you I said, kuna scientist, sawa, walichukwaga monkeys. It was like they were Russian scientists, sawa, and then all monkeys wakaekewa bananas pale juu, but ukienda kuchukua hizo bananas you get shocked. Sawa, you get shocked. There were two of those monkeys. You get shocked, both of you, whether when umeenda si umeenda, you get shocked, both of you. Sawa, so in time wakaanza kuongeza mwingine. If any monkey tries to go there, aibidi hata wao wa shock hizi monkeys, the monkeys themselves ndo wanapiga yenye najaribu kwenda pale. So ikabidi hata ikafika place hata hizo the bananas were removed na the monkeys in ile fear. And I think that's one thing with Mr. Museveni. The first thing he did, because ni kama aliingia na kwa like, you know what, sitoki hapa, I'm here forever and ever, so how can I get this? Akakuwa mjanja, acha nitoke kwenye hii chama, nitoke kwenye hichi, anywhere that I can be called and questioned, sawa, wacha nitoke. Then now, sawa, I can still fear. Let me tell you, these people fear. And wakati watu washaogopa, kamoja kakikuja kutokezea, there's this Chinese rule inasema you don't need to punish 1,000 people, you need to punish one vizuri. Mpaka the 999 wanaogopa, only one moja tu. So when you say the Ugandan people waamke, pale kuna Kim anasema wakiingia kwa gava walisema wamepata empty coffers, next regime hata hizo coffers hakutakuwa. And then kuna Bontifon anasema, good night guys, I have liked your discussion, let me follow you and share with other groups. Thank you so much, Bontifon. We really appreciate that, and good night to you too. Mr. Felix, if you want to rule forever, instill fear. Kuwa Kim Jong-un, just instill fear vizuri. That is the thing. Because the moment you instill fear, hakuna mtu ambaye ataamka kujitokeza. Because nimekuta swali rahisi sana. Mr. Bobby Wine, What happened to him? Aliacha kutaka kuwa president hivyo hivyo. Yes? You have something you want to read for us?
There is an information here whereby Kenya has removed people out of the country illegally. What the law says about extraordinary rendition. So Besigye was abducted in Nairobi on 16 November 2024. A few days later, he was arraigned in military court in Uganda. He is a civilian. So are they maybe still interpreting anybody other mwenye amekuwa even the person who is retired from military?
Yes.
What was the main reason why they couldn't do that?
Could do what?
Take him to the military court. I thought that those people were supposed to be taken to the military court, and those people are still in uniform.
I don't know how it works. So, but we shall get to know how it works. Kama once you are in military, you're tried in a military court.
Where? I think this guy should be granted justice if possible. Everybody deserves to speak what is in his or her mind, as long as the person afai kunini kutusiana. You know, we are living things and we really need to enjoy the shortest time possible that we could live, right? Yeah. At the age of this man, this is not the right time whereby he is supposed to be exposed to this torture. Unless maybe if you have something you can tell people.
Hey, me at this point, Mr. Felix, as it you look at someone like see, to run any injustice, we can see it. Like the entire world can see it. Yes, Felix, you can see it. You can see this person suffer. The entire world is seeing that a person suffer. Actually, you talked something about the Commonwealth. What are you saying about the Commonwealth?
I think, is it not a business platform whereby these people do conduct their business affairs? I think so.
You said that the Commonwealth gave them some conditions. Let us go through that as we tubakisha kama roughly 10 minutes hivi. So would you tell us what they nini, and then what you can tell the Ugandan people? Alafu, yes.
Zulfa, come up.
Yes?
Come up again. I was trying to look at.
I'm saying,
yes.
You said that the Commonwealth gave Uganda some kind of rules or something. So,
but Commonwealth, does it have anything to do with politics?
Unajua, acha nikwambie kitu. Sawa? So these people say, maybe this president says, sawa, kwenye biashara nipo sawa. Unaona, kama mzigo zangu kuna haba ya Kenya, itaniletea vitu ndani, si ndio? And I remember the last time we said, what if Commonwealth is saying you're not going to buy anything from Uganda until every prisoner of, not war, but is it war though? Tweeted to war, sawa, is released. We're not going to do any business. Kama ni kilindi cha Tanzania kifungwe. Kama ni kilindi cha Kenya kifungwe. Upate, they are getting nothing. Wamweke kwenye kona. Do you think that would work?
Si hapo inafikia wakati maybe mtu ametesa watu wake kabisa, almost the whole country. Sasa hapo inaweza kuwa vigumu kidogo, because they could use the information they have to convince the organization using the available evidences they could have. But it was the whole country, and some of the information that the country could give to the organization. Ni ile yenye inakaa kunini na maanisha hivi. When the country imefikia mahali deaths are very high, at some point there is no freedom anymore. Anybody who could raise the voice could be killed. That will be done at the moment. Even those organizations will try to exclude the country from the organization. After also they have tried to warn the person, and the person is not even trying to respond.
Because Felix, sawa. Felix, nimekwambia hivi, this is injustice tunaiona and the entire world inaona. Huyo mtu hakuja akaambiwa wewe you're under arrest for this and this and this and this, and you shall be even. No, this person was abducted in Nairobi. Sawa, akapelekwa kwa mzigo ya matoke. We are seeing this person suffer. Is a old man. We can see, hey, enyewe tuko na courage na kahunis. Like, we can see it, and nothing is happening. Kwani uko Uganda hawana hizo amnesty and human rights? Hawana.
You know, Uganda lacks people like Raila Odinga. You know, kama si Raila hata saa hii, I tell you, leadership, Kenyan leadership ingekuwa hereditary. So they really need strong activists there.
Let me ask you something, sawa? Is it Swaziland? Swazi ama ni Botswana?
Swaziland.
Mali it's hereditary.
Yeah.
Kuna King. Are they the Mtesa?
Yes.
Wando Mtesa Mswati. Yes, Mswati. Sindio? How is the nini there? Is it the wako hereditary? Sindio? Like nakuulizaje ile swali. The people of Swaziland. Sindio? Are they okay with the hereditary system there?
They are okay with it, and we have never had any complaints coming from there. And in fact,
so shida si kuwa hereditary, shida ni wewe kuwa tyrant, shida ni wewe kutaka kuwa dictator. You could become like the way Mimi and you would mkitaka munifuate. Sawa, I used to say Uhuru could have taken it and then Ngina, and then after Ngina someone else. Sawa, Labour King Ivo na tujue this is the family that we, and I'm sorry, una get, it may seem like so like puny thinking. No, I'm just saying. Sawa, unaona, just saying. Unajua tunakaa hapa, we are here discussing this, sawa? We are here discussing this, but when you actually think about it, that we're going to talk about it, sawa? I'm going to head home, you're going to head home, but yule mbaba atabaki pale ndani. Familia yake, wajukuu wake, baba yao yupo pale ndani.
The family is traumatized. The family is traumatized, and the family does not have peace. The family is traumatized.
Lakini long gone are those days when you like, you know, we talk, sawa, but what actually is the solution? Because I hate to talk about kuongelea kitu ambayo sipati solution, and I feel hiyo ni tutaongea tu, but how we yani, you say you fought for the country, sawa, but there are people like those now, because when you go back to the history of this Kiza guy, he is an orphan kwanza. His parents died kitambo, sawa. He has been arrested. He came, as I said, he escaped huku, akakuja huku, akarudi kule nyuma, akaenda kumsupport bwana Museveni. And I'm like, why does huyu Museveni guy, hata kama amekosania nini, at some point just be considered and be like, you know what, for the old time. I'm the only one mwenye nikifika place nimekosana mtu, I remember something good they did to me, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is it is to the Ugandan people and to the family of Kiza.
We really feel sorry for you, but Ugandans in general, wake up and open your eyes. Kwani Museveni ni ataua Uganda mzima? That will never work. Let that guy try to give those people freedom. Na akiendelea hivyo, hata Rwanda itamuacha nyuma mbali sana.
Yani is when I look at when nimesema, I see something like that, and then I appreciate everything that I have now. I really do appreciate. Bismillah. Felix, please tell the Ugandan people something you say.
Ugandan people, I just told them to stand up and raise their voices. Some of them to wake up and open their eyes. When your president will come and kill all of you. If possible, if you have got focused leaders, can you amend that constitution of yours, which you are using, which that does not want people to go to streets and raise their voices? How can you know the opinion of, unajua at some point leaders wenye wana lead, our leaders wa chini wenye wana make members of parliament wanafikanga huko bunge wanaongea vitu za uongo zenye watu hawajasema ama zenye watu hawataki, so unapata wawakilishi kwa njia mzuri. That's why at some point those people, when they are at the roads, they are racing their written materials. They confess what they feel they really need to speak. So if possible, you really need to work on your administration well. You cannot just expose somebody to those hostile conditions. Anyway, Ugandan, we love you so much and may God bless you. In fact, if possible, raise your voices and everything will be okay. Thank you. This is Plains and Felix.
Well, to the Ugandan people, I think at some point you're gonna have to sit down and namfikirie, do you want that rod in your ass all the time? Or mpaka mfe? Then Alpha kuja apate the same. Do you want that? And if you don't, then do something about it. And I'm not inciting anyone. I'm just saying, you could like do peaceful maandamano. Tupatane hapa, I'm gonna say saa 6. Tupatane hapa saa 6 kamili kwenye show yetu ya katikati. Tunashukuru sana kwa kuungana nasi. This was Morning Tea Show, and thank you. I've been your host, House of Zulfa. Have a beautiful morning, and then we meet here in the afternoon.